This is exciting.
We've made it.
This is exciting.
What's exciting?
So we are actually in the studio right now.
In stew. For real this time. We made a lot of jokes, a lot of gaffes throughout the years.
We have.
What has been years, actually, at this point.
It's been...
Year and a half.
It's been a year and a half.
Can you call that years?
You could round up. That would be inaccurate, I think, a description of it. But
well, I think if you say it's 1 year, but if you said 1.5 years, there's where the S comes in. So any amount of time after one.
I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, so it's almost impossible to use actually a year unless you're rounding, which I wouldn't. Even half a year's. No, that's incorrect.
Half a year's. Anyway, we're here, right?
We're in the studio. We're recording this. We got 3 cameras. We got 5 lights. What else we got? 2 mics
and a lot of dying plants. You still haven't watered these, I see. So
they're supposed to look like that.
Okay, just sad.
I mean, it's up to the eye of the beholder. They're kind of like art in that way.
Okay,
but they're doing okay.
They're doing the best they can.
Yeah.
So today is going to be special. We're in the studio and we're doing a bit of a marathon podcast here, right?
Well, let's not give away the whole cup of tea here. Yeah. So I guess if we're peeking under the hood as we usually do, yeah, we're recording a couple. Connor doesn't live around the block, you could say, anymore. So he has traveled up here. We're in studio. This has been built for 2 months.
Roughly 2 months. Yeah, anything over a month, you can say 2. So 2 months.
Okay. Well, I think you go by that. It doesn't matter. This has been built for about 2 months. Connor's been pretty busy. A lot of business deals. Lots of what else?
That's it.
That's it.
Just business.
Just business.
Yes,
okay.
A lot of business deals. Speaking of business, are you going to be recompensating me for that gas that I had to spend to get up here? Because
recompensating? I never compensated you in the first place.
Okay. Well, can you compensate me and then recompensate me?
Yeah, I'll take that out of the business account.
I'd rather you not because we don't have any funds still.
Yeah.
In that account.
Well, I'm hoping, we up the production value, right? We get a little funnier, a little bit more engaging, and suddenly we're going to see cash flowing in. And you can take out of that as well. You'll have a percentage deal. You
mentioned, right, we only need to triple, I think, all of our metrics to start getting profitable, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm feeling pretty good about this.
And people will start handing us cash.
This little marathon. That we got going on here today.
So we're going to record 5 in a row.
Oh, so you are peeking under the hood.
Okay. Well, you kind of already said marathon, and I didn't really want to leave it ambiguous and confuse people.
Sure.
I figure let's just fire.
Let's go ahead.
Shoot from the hip.
Check the oil.
Yeah. Yeah, let's check the oil. Let's refill our fluids, right? It's going to make the bright side interesting. We're going to have to dig deep, I think, or make stuff up.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Or we could talk about the bright side of the last podcast, the previous podcast we've done after this one.
That'll be fun. That'll be really, people will love that.
Yeah. So we're here in the studio. We're going to film as much as we can in person, just to get, a lot of good podcasts in person together. And the studio is really cool. Very well done.
Yeah, it's your first time seeing it.
Yeah, my first time seeing it in person, I believe. And you've put in a lot of good work. Like the plants look really cool. He's got some soundproofing in here. Like some soundproofing, what do you call these, tiles?
Panels.
Yeah. A lot of very cool lighting. So it's very professionally done. Like he said, he's got 3 cameras. We got mic stands on this table. We got a lot of professional lights. So it's really cool. A little intimidating, right? Is it getting hot in here?
You sweating a little bit? I know you got a jacket on. I don't know if you're. Yeah, I see a little pit stain there.
I wish you wouldn't have pointed that out. But yeah,
it's being recorded. Have you ever been under lights? Yeah, capacity.
So for Bryant Bank, we were doing some kind of project, banking project. The project name was Turning Banking into Thinking, and we were going and doing some community service. And they interviewed me for part of it to tell about my experience. So that's one.
Was it kind of like this setup? They had lights and a camera, and you're sitting on the couch with a mic.
It was more like a camera guy was just pointing a camera in my face.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't mic you up or light you up or anything?
Oh, no, they did mic me up.
Okay.
Yep. I think so.
And you're just on the road picking up trash with the convicts. And you're like, we're doing this because we're a good bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So you've seen it.
No, I haven't. I was taking a wild guess. I thought maybe you'd shoot me down and explain the real thing, but it sounds like I nailed it.
No, we were doing multiple things. One, we served at Manna House, which is like a house that gives homeless people food.
Okay.
We did that for a little bit.
Is that a good cause?
Yeah, most people think it's a pretty good cause.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Speaking of homeless, right? The dream last night that I had.
Okay, you want to go ahead and dive into your dreams last night?
Let's go ahead and dive into it.
This
right?
is a dream segment. We should do a dream segment.
That'd be kind of
dream
fun.
report.
Okay, starting now.
Okay.
All right. Should we go to the dream report after we introduce the podcast or before?
Probably after. I wasn't asking you. This is a podcast where we go online, we find questions that haven't been answered, and give them an answer. I'm Preston, as you can see, in person in the flesh.
And I'm C-Pause, as you can see, the person in flesh.
Maybe we should take that part out. I don't think we should say that every time. It seems like over-explaining a little bit.
Okay.
It's kind of like spoon-feeding the audience.
Yeah, well, some of our audience are... Let's keep going.
Oh, man. All right, yeah, to the dream report.
Dream report. I had a dream that we were at a lake house, and we parked our vehicles on the pier. And then my cousin took her paddle boat off the pier, and all of our vehicles went in the lake somehow. And then my uncle said, it's okay, don't worry. We're going to get a tow truck out here and tow those vehicles out of the lake.
We'll get them out of there.
And they were like 60 feet down in the water.
That's a big tow truck.
It's going to be a pretty big project here. Then we went to a gas station that was connected to a homeless camp, a compound kind of thing. And we were in this gas station, and the gas station was full of just Lay's chips. 3 flavors, okay? It had like a yellow original, it had the red flavor, and then it had like the green sour cream and onion.
I love the red flavor.
Yeah,
that's
the red
the best
flavor,
one.
whatever that is. I think it was actually Doritos. So it was just Lay's original sour
Doritos?
cream, and then it was just Doritos. So I grabbed a Doritos bag, got in line, and I was like, oh, I don't have my wallet.
Yeah,
so I wanted to swipe that business account card.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. So I went to go to. I realized that I left my wallet at the restroom in the homeless compound.
Not where you want to leave a wallet.
And this was like 30 minutes away. Wow. No, sorry, this was 30 minutes after I went to the bathroom.
Away.
So I was like, oh man, my wallet's gone. Like some homeless person probably took it and hit the jackpot. So I went in and I went in the bathroom and I found my wallet in the bathroom still with all the cash in it. Nice. I was very happy.
Yeah.
And then I woke up.
Cause you go cash only, typically.
I've stopped doing that recently, but I have had a lot of cash just because I've been business deals.
Okay.
So
why did you stop? Did you get a close call? Leave your wallet in a bathroom anywhere?
I got all my cash stolen.
Did you?
Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah, I was this was in Tuscaloosa, and I guess I left my car unlocked in the parking lot.
Jeez.
And someone got in there and got in the console and stole all my cash.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not great. Yeah,
Nope.
if you leave you said come and get it.
Yeah, I had a sign up there too, so probably didn't help.
Man, when did that happen?
That happened, I think, senior year of college.
Oh, okay, I thought you still carried cash since then. Like at Fuds, like you had paid me in all cash.
Fuds, I got cash out of my bank account because I knew.
I thought you just had like a few $100 in your wallet at all times. Okay.
Let's keep that on the DL.
Okay. I wasn't. I thought about it as I was saying. I was like, should we announce this to the audience? I know some of them are kind of out to get you after what you said about the homeless people at the beginning. You're like, I don't know if it's a good cause.
That was.
So I understand why people would be a little angry, and they find out you have a few hundreds in your back pocket just loose or in your truck console, Jeep console now.
Thank you very much.
They're gonna go for it.
Yeah, I don't want Lady Friend to get any ideas here. So.
Yeah, she's already taken enough out of the wallet. Right?
What about you? Have you had any dreams recently? Any visions? Any nightmares that you're just shaking in your boots about?
You could say that. But let's go ahead and get the show started.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I kind of once you started on your dream, I was like, I kind of regret this segment. We should just cut it out.
That's great. Roll the intro.
Tony Stark built this in a cave with scrap.
What's up, ladies? I can't believe they let us have phones in prison.
No, sir. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm the RDJ. You kidding me? Oh, man. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. This is episode 71. There's nothing really special about that number, but I thought I'd mention it. This episode is about pirates.
Arg. Hey.
I think we should cut it here.
Hey, I
built this studio.
Hey, what? Hey.
And I had high hopes for it, and then I get in here and you hit me, it's like, why are we doing this,
I see you're staring at that bug in the light. The bug lights. You got it.
Got this sucker.
Take that. Hey, man, I'm glad you're feeling that way. Hey, what's a pirate's favorite letter?
R? Or is it the C? Or is it W?
You're supposed to say R, and then I say, you think it'd be R, but it's actually the C.
His first letter was the C.
Kind of.
Sorry, ask me again.
Hey, man.
How's it going? Glad to have you here. I'm glad you made the trip. You got all the way up here, and we finally in studio. This is fun, right?
Yeah,
we got the cameras and the lights.
Are you recompensing me? Compensating? We'll talk about that later. Hey, what's a pirate's favorite letter?
Is it well, if I remember the jokes correctly, pirates usually say R g g g g.
Yeah. That's good. You'd think it'd be R, but it's actually the C.
Is it R? Okay, it's C.
Because they live on this. What's the first question?
First question here. Let me check. I got her loaded up.
Have you ever wanted to be a pirate before?
Is that your first question?
No.
Yes. I would love to steal from people and kind of make off with cash and carry a weapon.
Let's explore that a little bit. Why do you want to carry a weapon?
Makes me feel good. Makes me feel powerful, like I have something to show.
And why do you want to steal cash from people?
It's easier than earning it.
Yes. You bring up some pretty good points. You know that?
It's about risk reward, and that's why.
You're getting emotional.
Sorry. That's why I think it makes so much sense, right? Okay, you have a weapon. You take hard-earned money that other people have, or goods, services that other people have. You put those in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you have the weapon, so you get to do that. Now, on land, the risk is high. There's police, there's SWAT teams, there's motor vehicles. It's dangerous. You don't want to do that. You're going to end up in prison. If you're at the sea, international waters, no guards, no prisoners, no big guys with guns.
Uncle Sam breathing down your neck, right?
Yeah, there's no Uncle Sam.
There's no uncles anywhere.
Yeah. Well, there could... Maybe on your ship if you brought your uncle along.
Okay, sure.
But what I'm saying is, the whole point of this, international waters, no laws, you do whatever you want, get away with it. It's just a 1v1 situation at that point. You're not 1v US Sam.
That'd be a tough opponent there. I see where you're going with this. Yeah, so you're 1v1ing, and you like 1v1 situation. You feel pretty confident in yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's where especially if they don't have a gun, right?
Yeah.
If they're just cruising past with a pile full of gold in the backseat, that's where I jump in with my AK-47. I hop on board and I say, hey, give me all your gold.
Yeah.
And they don't have a choice.
That sounds like a pretty good gig there. So I think you kind of have this vision in your head, though. I don't know how often that's going to happen, where people are just kind of willy-nilly driving with their little canoe.
Tugboat. Yep.
Yeah, and they have just, buckets overflowing with cash, and gold, and you pull up.
It's a big ocean.
It is a big ocean.
Yeah. You can get some radar. That's what I'm thinking. You get radar on your ship. You can see much farther. Beep, beep, beep. You see the dot, you beeline it.
Okay.
You don't get cash every time, I'm sure. Sometimes they just have, maybe they only have 10 grand on board for emergencies.
Mm-hmm.
You can take that. But on the off chance you get one of those booty ships that's just piling with gold, you cash in, cash out, and you can get out of there and go back to Uncle Sam, pay tax on it, and have a jolly day.
That doesn't sound too bad. Actually, I don't think you would have to pay tax on it if you get in international waters.
Well, you don't want to mess with the IRS. Once you hit land, just go ahead and give them your 25%. And call it a day.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
Yeah, you don't. Suddenly, it's it's a little difficult to breathe. Shouldn't be a. I'll be right back.
Okay, he's gonna take a break real quick. Seems like Prestonian's health has been declining here on the show, kind of at a rapid pace, which is unfortunate. He is in his prime, 24 years young. He's just a young buck still. He's just a young buck. Okay.
We're back.
You popping some... Wow.
Boom.
That worked really, really quick.
Sorry about that. I don't know why my body decides to give out on the one day that I decide to record a podcast,
Not just one.
Because on the other days, I've been, you can speak to this, I've been pretty good.
Yesterday you were pretty good.
Yeah.
You were coughing here and there a little bit, but...
Yeah, I was down in Modelo's, let's right. Yes, I was feeling pretty good. Now I'm drinking water. and
it's hitting you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, or something's catching up with me. I don't know what's going on. What were we talking about? Pirates.
Pirates.
I think it could be a lucrative business. Dangerous. It's dangerous, right? Risk reward.
Which is what makes it exciting.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you have courage? It's easy to have courage when things don't require risk. I think David Goggins said that.
I don't think so. It's also, you gotta be a person of integrity, right? When no one's looking, what are you gonna do?
Depends how much gold's around. I feel like everybody has a limit.
What do you mean?
So let's say I have some integrity. So if someone turns their back and they leave a $1 bill on the table, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to say, hey, you left your $1 bill.
Mm-hmm.
Someone turns around, there's $50 million on the table. I might be inclined to snag a few mil off the top and then say, hey, you left your pile of cash.
Right. You're 48.5 million.
Yeah.
That's just a rough guess.
Yeah. And I feel like everybody has a limit to that extent.
So you're saying there's a threshold where you're not going to be the nice guy anymore. You may kind of scalp up.
You're gonna put glue on your hands and you're gonna stick it in the pile.
Yep.
Because they're not gonna notice at some point or whatever the situation may be. There's a limit.
And what would you say your limit is?
It's hard to say. Probably if there's more than a 20 on the table, I want a little piece of it at least.
You'd be inclined to get a little bit on, snag a little bit.
No, but I mean, okay, let's say you're at a big bankers meeting and they have a bunch of gold bars on the table. Okay. You're at Goldman Sachs and they want to merge with your bank, and you go in there. You're having this big conference room meeting and they're kind of flexing. They have a bunch of gold bars on the table, and they all leave for lunch and they're like, oh yeah, the gold bar guy is gonna put them back in the safe later, and you have to go back in. You left your pen, and you're faced with $28.2 billion worth of gold on this table, and they're in little easy to go pocket-sized bars.
Oh, they're ready to just kind of slide in your pockets.
Yeah.
And
no cameras.
Wow.
Or maybe one camera, but you can kind of make sure it doesn't see you.
I can fudge the numbers.
Yeah.
Would I be inclined is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm leading to here.
Probably, I'd definitely be inclined, but I probably wouldn't.
Why is that?
It's not across my threshold.
Okay, so what if they were diamond bars? So, okay, a gold bar, maybe you get 10 grand out of it or something. I don't know how much gold runs these days. I have no idea. Yeah. I don't work in the banking industry.
Okay.
You work with gold all day long, right? But, okay, let's say it's a more valuable bar. It's not $10,000, but a bar that you could pick up and put in your pocket is worth like $1 million. What are you doing then?
That wouldn't be bad. I still don't think I would do it just because I would bet that these people are pretty powerful and they also keep pretty good accounts of all the diamond bars that they're carrying around willy-nilly. So if I steal one, I think they're going to know.
Okay, so you're kind of scared is what you're saying. You're saying you wouldn't steal a $20 bill. There's no security, but it's not worth it for you integrity-wise. And you wouldn't steal $1 million piece of diamond because somebody's going to be looking for that. And so you're scared. That's
part of the reason. Yeah, I don't want Uncle Sam coming after me, or if the Italian mob.
A life on the run. Well, you did want to live in a van.
That I did. But I didn't want to live in a van for fear of people catching up to me and shooting my kneecaps.
You wanted to do it out of love.
Correct.
Okay. That checks out. Should we get to our first question?
Let's go ahead and get into here. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Here, I got it. This is a good one. Okay. You're the captain of a pirate ship, and your crew gets it to vote on how the gold is divided up. If fewer than half of the pirates agree with you, you die. How do you recommend apportioning the gold in such a way that you get a good share of the booty, but still survive?
Wow. That's a good question.
Thank you.
I think if you're worried about the crew, first of all, slim down the crew a little bit. I think you got to get a tighter circle.
Okay, so say you have 100 crew members, you just go ahead and fire how many?
I don't think you need 100 crew members. Even on a big boat, maybe like 10.
Wow, 10 crew members.
Get 10 close friends. You can't maintain a relationship with 100 people. People are gonna swell up. I see this all the time in pirate movies where the crew rises up against the captain. It's like those two guys in the back, right? And they started. They're like, oh, this guy's kind of a jerk. We can take this money for ourselves. Let's get some other people together, and they get a mutiny. But if you got 10 friends, that's not gonna happen. Less likely, anyways, than 100. I say you slim down the crew, get to know them better, understand what they want. That's how you're gonna get away with this booty.
Okay, so that's pretty good strategy. Get 10 of your closest friends, family members, maybe some uncles.
Yep.
Talk about that. Then how do you get your 5 if you have 10 crew members, that's 11 people, including the captain. You need at least 6 people to side with you.
And you're going to side with yourself.
Correct. So hopefully.
So you only need 5 more.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
How do you do that? Well, like I said, they're the closest people to you in the world. You should know them more than anybody else. So you should already be on the same page. Mm-hmm. You should already kind of have a good indication of how they're going to sway. And they better want the best for you. And if they don't, you need to cut them out of your life. And the best for you is all the booty to you. And then you can pay them hourly or however you wish.
Right. I see where you're going with this too. But I also think that they may want to, a little... put their little sticky glove on and get some gold.
They want a slice of the cheese.
They worked hard for it too.
So they're not your real friends.
They
want your money.
But they want the money they all worked for, right? You just took it down a ship. Y'all all got it. And they're like, okay, we want a piece of the pie. And you're saying, no, we want it all to ourselves. I'm the captain. Okay, this is all mine. Then that may cause a mutiny. Don't you think, if you're trying to take all the money for yourself?
We're friends, right? You would say we're friends?
I mean, acquaintances.
Do I cut into your paycheck? Do I say, hey, Connor, give me, you made $100 this week? Give me 20. Give me my cut because I'm your friend.
You more so, if I make 20, you take 100 away. That's why our bank account's in the red.
Well, I do that. That's post haste. That's out of the account. I just mean, like, in general, I'm not asking you. My point is, on the ship, the patron shouldn't be asking the captain for a slice. He feeds them. He bathes them. He gives them a ride to work every day.
Okay.
I think if they need things on the island, sure, they could ask for it. But I think asking for a big cut out of the booty is kind of disrespectful.
Well, don't you think if they're all a team, they should kind of share in the rewards?
Yeah. Well, okay. My boss, I don't ask for a slice of his paycheck.
Although if you're working... I see. Okay. So say you're working for a construction company, and you have all your workers and you build a big building.
Yep.
The workers would then, in turn, ask for a profit of the...
No. That was not... They didn't get an option. They didn't get stock. They didn't get a 401k. This is a I-9 $5 an hour business, where in this case, they're getting bananas. They're getting a pet monkey if they were lucky, one of the top mates.
Okay.
And they're getting a ride to work.
And so that's what you're giving your best friends and family, is it?
Whoever.
Okay.
Whoever the top 10 are at the time on the ship, that'll kind of go with it. And yeah, that would be your best option, I think.
So that's option 1, and we will hear you. Okay, we'll hear you on that. Option 2 is what I like to prefer. You take cannons and you turn them onto your crew members. Okay, and so if they kind of fight and go against you, you just light one of the cannons. Bam.
Take out 4 of them.
Yeah,
there's the 4 that would agree with you because cannons aren't accurate, but you took some out and they're scared.
Yep.
You might shoot the other cannon. Who knows who it could hit?
Oh, right. Your hands are kind of shaky a little bit.
And these are your best friends and family members.
Correct.
And you just took out 4 for 1 with a cannonball.
Well, you would fire the first cannonball, maybe.
Warning shot.
Is a warning shot. Yes, you'd fire maybe at the crow's nest.
You mean the crow's nest?
Either one.
Okay. That seems detrimental to your own ship. But it would show that you mean business.
Exactly. You need to know that they know business. You need to build a good rapport.
That they know business?
That you know business.
That they went to business, Harvard Law?
They need to know that you mean business. Okay?
You went to Harvard Law?
Yes.
Okay.
So you need to plaster your degree all over the ship.
Okay.
And then you need to start firing cannonballs left and right.
Okay.
At your own ship. Anyway, fear. Okay? Fear, I've heard, is a good motivator for...
It's better than love.
Next question.
Why doesn't the USA once and for all bomb the Somalian pirates on their shores and teach them a lesson forever?
I'm kind of with this guy here. Why don't we do that?
Why don't we bomb the Somalian pirates? They did take Captain Phillips that one time. And I think we taught them. I think they ended up dead for that.
Yeah,
so
they ended up worse for wear.
I would say they got taught a lesson forever in that sense.
I would think so. I would think we take down all the bad pirates that we know about. If we know where they are, and they're causing some harm, I would think that we're going to take them out.
Okay, but what if they have families? Right, this guy, maybe he's not doing. This pirate, This pirate. He's not doing the best work. Okay, it's not the most honest work. But you work at a bank, so who you just say?
Yeah. Well,
he goes around. He threatens people with an empty AK-47. It's a plastic mold, and he's just trying to get a couple bucks to put his family through school and get them a couple bananas. That seems insensitive. I don't know what they eat in Somalia. Whatever they eat. I was thinking about pirates. I said bananas. I'm sorry. Well, you just said you were going to bomb all Somalians, so I don't feel too bad. I digress. I don't think that we should go hunt them down, because what if they're good people and they get kind of mixed up in a bad crowd?
Still bad people.
Okay. What about their families? Bad people?
Well, they're bad. Their families may be fine, but if
okay, but they're gonna die in consequence.
Well, if they're say like the hubby, okay, is going out with his plastic AK and threatening your mom.
My mom wouldn't be in international waters. She wouldn't be caught dead.
But what if she hears this podcast and kind of dabbles in pirating a little bit?
I sure hope not, Mom. I wouldn't recommend it.
But just
don't think you're built for it.
Go with me here, okay? Then he would be threatening, putting your mom in a weird situation, taking her hard-earned money, put it in his pocket.
Okay. If you find yourself in international Somalian pirate waters, I think you deserve to be stolen from. What do you think about that? We probably shouldn't start this conversation again.
I think you for sure got to be careful with putting yourself in an environment where Somalian pirates might pull up to your six and bust a cap.
I think if you're getting threatened with weapons, you can retaliate. I think if you see pirates pulling up, unload, sure. But I don't think we take a nuclear weapon and put it into Somalia. What
about maybe not nuclear, maybe a atomic,
like a Tomahawk missile?
Yeah, maybe just like a Predator missile.
Predator missile. There's gonna be civilian casualties. You're gonna spark a lot of issues, right? There's a small population that it's like saying we have a problem with grand theft and arson in this country, so let's bomb Minneapolis.
You think that would resolve the issue?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's gonna be a lot of civilian casualties. There's gonna be a lot of issues with that, and things are gonna go south.
Let me ask you this. What if there was one hot zone where it was just all people that were involved in this auto trafficking, okay? And it's just one big building, and they're all filled with it. And you could just hit a little... You could do one of those missiles that kind of drill through the ceilings.
From a satellite?
Yeah, all the way to the ground floor, and then bam, just blow up the whole building. No casualties. Except for the bad guys.
So you blow up a building full of bad guys, no casualties. I say that's fine.
Except for the bad guys. The bad guys will end up kind of biting the dust there. But no innocent.
I think that's kind of why we have the justice system, though. So we don't have to just kill people that we think are bad. We put them through the system. They serve time based on the severity of their crime. Maybe they have to pay fines or do community service.
So what about in international waters where they don't go through the judicial system?
In international waters, like I said, I think man for themselves. It's you see pirate, you shoot pirate. Mm-hmm. But don't go onto their land, go into their supermarket and be like, oh, I saw
see pirate. I shoot him.
Yeah, that rule does not apply. You can't do that in Somalia. When you're buying your bananas, you can't just start popping caps.
You think bananas are just growing everywhere in Somalia, don't you?
I wonder if they have bananas in Somalia. Do they have bananas in Somalia?
The commercial crops, bananas and sugarcane, are grown on irrigated land along the two rivers.
Look at that.
They like bananas in Somalia. Little did you know.
So you were saying that if you're on international seas and you cross a pirate, sure, that's permissible. But you shouldn't go, seeking them out with a bloodhound and trying to...
Like this guy suggesting that USA just sends missiles to Somalia and just deals with it and teaches them a lesson forever, is what he said.
Permanently.
Which I don't really understand, because if you kill everybody in Somalia, they're not going to be taught a lesson. They're going to be toast.
Well...
It's pretty hard to learn when you're dead.
Everyone else is going to learn.
Other countries, maybe. Other pirates? Are there pirates anywhere else?
I would bet there's some pirates here and there. But no more Somalia pirates, so...
Yeah. Unless they're... This is the worst plan ever. All the pirates are going to be in the water. You're going to kill everybody but the pirates. The pirates are just going to breed amongst themselves. And you're going to have a land of 100% pirates instead of, 80% good people and 20% pirates. Probably a lot more good people than pirates. Let's say 99% good people and 1% pirates. Maybe even less. Let's say 99.99% good pirates. No, good people. Like a couple pirates.
Sorry, I kind of got, to be honest with you, kind of got lost in the seaweed as you were
Nice.
crunching the numbers.
Yeah. I'm saying Somalia is full of good people, and there's a couple pirates that claim that country as their origin, and I'm sure Somalia is not happy about it.
And the pirates are in Somalia?
Not anymore. They're in international waters. They're out at sea.
They're not on the land. So you're saying if we bomb the beaches, they're just going to be bombing innocent people?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. So we need to not do this.
How about this? How about you lure all the pirates onto the beaches? You put some fake booty out there, okay? You have some fake gold chests, stuff like that. Yeah. And you start loading the beaches with them. They see them from their ships. They have like binocs, okay? Whoa, what's that shiny thing over there, right? And they all like swarms ants to a little lollipop on the grass, right? Okay. And they all swarm it. Then predator missile incoming.
Then you lose all the booty.
It's fake booty.
Okay, fake booty. That could be something. You think all the pirates are at sea, less than 12 miles away, with binoculars, looking at their own homeland, kind of watching their six?
I would not doubt it. They're probably pretty observant.
Okay.
You could do that, or you could somehow observe them, or kind of like do a little. Okay, what? How could you draw their attention to the land so that they could see?
The essence of what you're saying, this is kind of like a Chris Hansen Predator style. You're luring in the predator. You're sending them messages. You're like, hey, I'm a young person that it shouldn't be in contact. You know the show Predator.
Go ahead.
They lure in predators. What predators like?
He's back, huh? He's a little persistent.
There's a little bugger in my apartment somehow. Probably because I left my windows open all week. That's an aside. You lure him in like a predator. You say, hey, I'm a young man.
Snot-nosed.
I'm a snot-nosed kid. And the predators come like flies to water, and then Chris Hansen sits them down. They arrest him. They send him to juvie, or not juvie. They send him a real boy prison, big prison,
big boy
prison.
The clank.
Yeah, they put him straight in the clinker. Do that with the pirates. Okay, you lure them out. You make it look like an easy target ship, and then you come out with submarines and you missile the pirate ships as they come in, and you can just kind of circle the pirate areas, maybe around Somalia or whatever that is. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
And then you could even do like a Batman approach where you just hurt or impair all their ships so they can't do it anymore, but you don't kill anybody.
Okay, so you disable their ships while they're out at sea.
500 meters out at sea, so they can swim.
If they're a good swimmer, 500 meters in the ocean isn't easy.
400.
400. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully they're good swimmers. I mean, if they're on the ocean for a living, they ought to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know. Next question?
Yep. I pirate games because I can't afford them. I only play single player. Am I immoral?
You're not a good guy. I wouldn't say this makes you... I wouldn't, like Connor picking up trash on the side of the road. I'd be like, hey, that's a pretty good guy.
Thank you.
This guy, I wouldn't be like, oh, you're pirating games. You're a pretty good guy.
Should we bomb him?
We can go Predator style. Yeah, Chris Hansen. I don't think it really matters at the end of the day. I think if someone's pirating my podcast, I'd be a little pissed. But that's not my problem. I'm never going to find out. I'm never going to know about it. Mm-hmm. And if I do, 1v1 situation.
You like those, huh?
Yeah.
What if you create you put a lot of time into making an app, a single player app.
Okay.
And then you charge $100 for it because you put in a lot of time in it. You charge $89.99. 5-star reviews across the board. Everyone loves it. Okay? People love getting their hands on it, and they're buying it and instantly selling it for double the price, and it's going like clockwork.
I think you can do that with apps.
Okay, they're doing that like crazy, and then you learn that there's some pirating going on. What do you do?
I think I'm more mad at those people that are scalping, and I'm also confused. If it's an app, I would think everybody has access. How are they reselling it for anything?
No. You're buying it. You're selling it on like the little DVD discs.
I'm selling an app on a DVD disc.
No, it's not an app. It's like a PS4 game.
I'm selling a PS4 game.
Yeah,
outdated console now.
Or PS3. You know how they had those.
I'm selling a PS3 game.
You know how they had those
for
discs?
$90.
You inserted. Yeah.
I know what a disc is. Yeah, okay, you don't have to explain a disc.
It's the circular thing. Okay.
I'm selling PS3 games.
Yeah.
For $90.
And they're instantly getting bought and sold for double.
And I can't make them fast enough.
No. But then you learn people are pirating them.
I don't think that knowledge even comprehends in my brain that people are pirating it, because I'm worried about mass production? How do I produce more? I have the hottest selling game ever, and it's from a console that's 12 years old. So I'm just gonna worry about production. I don't care.
What about this? What if the pirates spread and then suddenly sales go to 0? You're like, what the heck? They were just going for double, now they're 0. And then a little Tweedlebird comes by, kind of whistling.
Sounds the alarm.
Yeah.
Blows the whistle.
Yeah.
Blows the top off the whole thing.
Whistleblower, exactly. And then you learn that people pirating your stuff, $0.
I have $0 because of this.
They're paying $0 for your game. Just going for 90. People were selling it for 180, flipping it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really.
How mad would you be on a scale of 1 to 10?
That's a good question. If pirating is suddenly not just a one-off, like some guy is doing it, but my sales are fine. If it's literally everybody and my sales go to 0, I think I wouldn't be too happy about that. If I had a successful business that went to 0, I'd try to find a way to get around it. And probably plaster some campaigns about if you wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't rob a bank, so why are you pirating a movie?
That wouldn't work.
Yeah, from experience, it doesn't seem like it does. But I would be pretty mad at that point. But I think you just accept a certain amount of risk whenever you make something like that, and you're like, okay, 3% of people are going to pirate this. We write that off. It's just like Walmart, where they're like, okay, 5% of our profits are going to get lost to theft and damage. And it's just kind of a write-off at the beginning. They already know it's going to happen.
Yeah, so you can kind of roll over and take it if you want, or you can go like me. You can start hunting these pirates. Okay, I'm hiring a couple of PAs. Okay. I'm starting to get a couple of bloodhounds here.
Well, let's be careful. We're not in international water. You got to be careful what you're going to do to these guys.
Well, I'm going to get them. Okay, I'm snuffing them out here.
Okay, you're just going to sniff them?
I'm snuffing them out of there. Yeah.
Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. It's not illegal as far as I know.
Okay, good. We're just gonna.
It's also, I don't even really know how much trouble you could get into for pirating it, like, let's say, like a $60 game. I don't think you get in much trouble. I think you'd probably have to pay a fine of like $200 or something.
I bet it's the same as stealing something from a store, right?
Yeah, I don't think you do hard time for that. You steal a video game, it's like, okay, you have to give it back, and you probably have to pay a fine, and you probably will get trespassed to that location.
Okay, hear me out here. This is what you gotta do. You gotta get a politician in your back pocket. You gotta get into a politician's back.
This is always a good step one.
You gotta get in a pocket, okay? A politician's pocket. Then you gotta get them to pass some bills where, okay, if they pirate this game, they're going in the clink for 30 years plus. Life.
Okay, that's gonna be really hard to do.
But you do it because you're in a politician's pocket.
Mm-hmm. Even if you get in one pocket, you're gonna have to get in. That's just to get the ball rolling, but you need it to pass. And this is such an extreme bill. I don't see it passing easily.
How many pockets do you need to get into?
All of them, or at least more than 51%.
Okay, how much would that cost?
A lot, especially with an unreasonable bill like this. You'd have to have a checking account that's quite large.
Well, say your game was doing really well at first.
Okay.
And you utilized all that, right? You leveraged it.
In the market. Yes. You 100x'd it.
You're just flipping it back and forth. Like,
okay. That I don't even need. I don't think you are worried about pirates. If your game was really successful, you 100x'd it. I don't think you need to pay off every politician in the States.
You don't have a vision like I do, I see.
Yeah, we don't have the same
You're not seeing the bigger picture here.
Definitely not.
What are you checking, the Snapchats or?
Welcome to Bright Side, everybody. This is Bright Side of the podcast where we talk about brightest sides of our weeks. Connor, what good happened to you this week? Anything cheery? Anything happy?
Oh yes, a lot of stuff happened that was good this week. This is pretty exciting. Doing this little in the studio. Okay, this is nice. You just pull your back.
Oh wow.
You just pull your back coughing?
Yeah, I got pretty excited. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay, so Prestonian was coughing really hard, and then he kind of is feeling his back now. Looks like he pulled a muscle while he was...
I pulled my back a little bit. Coughing. It's fine.
So that's some aggressive coughing you're doing over there.
Go ahead with your bright side.
Okay, great. Bright side of my past week. I traded cars with my brother this weekend.
Wow, you already gave up the Jeep.
Just for this weekend.
And you got a what is it? A Nissan Kick?
So he has the Nissan Kick. I have the Jeep, and I traded with him just for gas mileage purposes, driving down here. and because the Jeep isn't really good on the interstate, like if you hit any bump, it just kind of earthquake in the car. Yeah, it's like a tsunami in the car. So so I traded cars with him, and he texted me and said basically it feels like he's driving a monster truck, driving the Jeep.
That make you feel pretty good?
That was pretty cool.
Make you feel like a beast, like you drive a monster truck every day?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, Dalton's good at inflating your ego.
I like it. So that was one of the... Oh, another bright side, actually. Speaking of the Jeep, I was at the courthouse paying taxes on my car.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Nice.
This is an update from last time when we talked about... You said you were waiting for the title, and I said you might not get the title.
Yep.
What was the conclusion of that?
So they the dealership ships the title to the courthouse.
State?
Yeah, automatically. So I went there, and they received it that day.
Oh.
Which was pretty cool. So I paid my taxes again, which was nice. It's a lot. It's a lot to pay taxes on a vehicle. Yeah. And then I came out, and there was a lady taking a picture of the Jeep.
Nice.
It was pretty cool. And she was like, "Is this your Jeep?" And I was like, "It is." She's like, "That's a nice Jeep."
That's nice.
Thanks.
That's a good deal. She wasn't like, it was missing. It was stolen from her property. And she's like, wow, this looks exactly like it. It was stolen, and I tracked it to Georgia, and then I lost track of it.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah.
That'd be unfortunate for me.
Yeah, that'd be a bummer.
I've lost a lot of money on this deal so far.
Yeah.
So.
And then that would also land you, if you buy stolen goods, you actually also get in trouble.
And that's a form of pirating. What was your bright side?
My bright side. My bright side this week, I actually haven't told you about it yet. I wanted to tell you about it on the podcast. But I went to a stand-up comedy night. I went to an open mic night.
Ooh.
I didn't perform, but I went there and I checked it out for the first time, and I learned a lot. So it's like an open mic night on a Tuesday at a tiny little venue. There's probably like 20 stand-up comedians, and they all get 4 minutes. In the audience, there was like maybe like 10 people, 10, 15, and then plus whatever other comedians hadn't gone up yet. So it's mostly just comedians that want to go up. And it's such a different environment than watching stand-up on TV or like even in person, generally. Like a stand-up comedian that you would pay to watch that you know of. Generally with those ones, it's like people are paying hundreds of dollars to go to these shows. They're already a fan. They're going to get laughs no matter what they say, pretty much. Because you're already a fan, you're excited, you're there, you're with other people that are laughing, you're going to laugh along. And like when you watch a comedy special, they get laughs at every joke, whether or not you're laughing at home or not. You're like, I don't know if this was that funny, but people are dying the whole time. It's not like that at all when you're in an open mic night. Okay? Nobody knows who these guys are. I mean, they might have a couple friends in the building, but nobody knows who they are, so you're not inclined to laugh at their jokes at all. And some people go out there and they just get no laughs.
The whole time?
The whole time.
How long is the skit?
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
You get 4 minutes. And some people will leave earlier than that if things aren't working out. Wow. But, yeah, so they'll go out there, and some people have good material, but their timing's bad. And some people have good timing, but their material's pretty bad. And then a couple people had both, but it was kind of rare. And so I learned a lot about what it takes to get laughs at a small place like that. Because it's so much harder to learn from a really, really good comedian that's already successful and is already getting laughs. Because you don't really see where they're going wrong if they go wrong.
Yep.
Because they kind of figured it out. Whereas these guys, they haven't figured it out yet, most of them. And so, like, some people would have good material. And you'd be like, oh, that's a pretty good joke. And they would, like, talk over people when they would laugh. And then they would stop talking when, it wasn't a time to laugh. So it would just be an empty room. And there would be, like, a 10-second break where there would be no laughs and it would just be dead silence. So it seems like this guy's bombing, even though his jokes are pretty good. So it's, like, a lot about timing. And I was really worried about my material. I was like, I don't think my material is going to be good enough. I'm going to have to keep writing, and it's going to be a while before I'm confident to go on a stage. But I realized my material's fine. Compared to the people I saw, I was like, okay, my material's fine. I can go up there with, like, pretty much whatever. But what I didn't realize is my timing and my delivery has to, like, be practiced. Because you could tell people that were just, like, going up in there and saying the jokes they wrote down were really bombing, even if their jokes were good. So I learned a lot. It was really fun to see. There's a lot of really cringy moments, but there's a few funny ones. And I'm excited to go back. I want to go to a few more, and then I'm going to start putting my name in the hat. So you go there, and if you want to go up, you, like, put your name in a bucket, and they, like, can only draw so many people a night.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah, it takes a lot to go up there and like practice saying jokes to a room and you, I mean you don't know if anyone's gonna laugh or not.
Yeah.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
No idea.
But it is a really cool learning experience. That's cool that you're going and trying that out.
Yeah, I mean it's 4 minutes, and you can leave earlier if it's really going bad. Some people did. They would do like 2 minutes and they'd be like, "All right, I'm gonna end there," and then they would just walk off. And there was like a little 2-piece band, so they'd like play people on and off. So it wasn't like awkward or anything. They did, it was seamless, and there was like a host that would introduce the next people. So it was cool. I mean, at most I'm embarrassed for like 4 minutes, so that's not a big deal.
You can live with that.
I can live with that. Yeah. I think the reward of saying that I went up on a stage is greater.
Yep.
So I'm excited to try it out. I want to sniff it out a little bit more, do some practice, and I'm gonna get out there.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
should we wrap this?
I think we should go ahead and call it wraps for this episode.
Yeah, we got something else to do today.
Yeah, we got a little something.
So thanks for listening, everybody. This has been an episode of I Wasn't Asking You. This episode comes out Wednesday, just like they come out every Wednesday.
Peace. Also,
this is a video. So youtube.com/I Wasn't Asking You. I don't actually know if that's the address, but that's the YouTube channel. So that's gonna be something.
We got some good shorts out there too.
Yeah, we
floating around, so you can check out the shorts. We're on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok.
That's the one.
Matty Joe can check out the TikTok one.
Shout out to Matty Joe for the how many times this podcast?
I think this is the first one that we've shouted her out.
The first time this podcast?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
Yep. And if she's listening this far, I mean, we're at the end, so we'll see if she makes it this far.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive.
Yep.
All right, peace.
See you.